Windermere Vladimir, John Wayne Gacy.
This is a highly experienced bird.
A lot of people go into acting as a defense mechanism.
Amazing Technicolor Shitshow.
Hello and welcome. This is Amazing Technicolor Shitshow, the podcast about fumbles and follies of live theater. I'm Trev.
And I'm Elle.
And here we are with a special request-sode. Breaking news.
Yeah. We love it when you give us special requests of what you would like us to research for you. It really makes our jobs here easier because then we have a week where we don't have to decide. So, yeah, if you have something that you really want us to talk about on here, send it our way.
We classically hate making decisions.
Oh, yeah, both of us. Notoriously bad decision makers. So we love it when you make it easy for us and tell us what you want our next episode to be about. Yeah.
So this was a request, last second request for us, a brain blast from friend and listener of the show, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Shout out.
Shout out to Kevin.
Where we talked about how fun it would be to dive into the world of theater that happens in nature.
Yeah.
The performances that animals put on
Yes.
for each other.
Yes. Without any human intervention.
Yes.
Performing arts occurring in the animal world.
This is the natural order, how
Yes.
theater should be.
Without any human intervention.
Yes. So Elle has done the research on this one. I'm expecting mating displays, shiny costumes, mayhap.
You're in for a real treat, I think.
I'm very, very excited.
Places.
Thank you, places.
So turns out there are so many different animals that do the arts in nature without any human intervention
Amazing.
that I actually had a really hard time picking which to feature in today's episode. But you and I recently watched The Producers, the musical, the movie. And so I was feeling a little inspired by The Producers. So there's a scene in The Producers where director Roger Debris introduces his production team. And so that's how I'm going to introduce you to these animals, as if I am selecting them to be on my production team. I'm the director. They're my production team. We're staging a musical. Okay, you ready?
Cool.
My choreographer.
Of course. Yeah.
The swallow-tailed mannequin. This is a tiny rainforest bird. Groups of male mannequins get together and create group choreography to impress the females. They flap their feathers and they move about in formations, and it is very impressive.
What?
So in nature, the oldest male in the group is the one who's eligible to mate. But the other males in the group literally hang out in groups and dance for all of the ladies until eventually they're the oldest member, and then they get to be the one who mates with the lady.
And this, of course, is the origin of the term wingman.
Yeah, right? Probably.
Maybe?
Probably.
Yeah.
So sometimes these birds might be performing in the same dance troupe for up to 10 years before it's their turn to be the lead dancer.
Until the lead dancer breaks his wing. And then they finally get a chance to step out of the shadows.
The lead dancer finally gets his mate because he's the oldest one. And they're the next up and coming. So over the course of up to 10 years, some of these birds dance for hundreds of ladybirds. Okay, so this means that this is a highly experienced bird.
Sure.
A bird with 10 years of performing arts experience.
The resume these birds can carry.
This is an intense resume that this bird has right here.
The program is pages and pages long.
Exactly. He's got all these birds that he's danced for. So highly experienced in group choreo, which I found really impressive for a bird. I'm very impressed with this.
I assume you watched a video of this?
Yes.
What are in a circle?
Impressive.
What do they do?
They make little formations. They make little circles, and they land on different branches, and they fluff around. And it'll be they'll take turns doing the same thing, and then one will walk up and do it, and then the next one will walk up and do it. It's like a little chorus line of birds, and it is choreographed. I was so impressed. That's why Swallow-Tailed Mannequin wins the choreographer award. Also, other mannequins, which is a different type of the same bird, they moonwalk. And it's very cute. They go they skitter backwards on their little branch, and it doesn't. You can't tell that they're moving their feet, but they just It's very cool.
Michael the Jacksons.
It's
Like my Mannequin Jacksons.
Michael Mannequin.
I can't.
Michael, we can't
It's
do anything
in there
with
somewhere.
that. But anyway, I was so impressed. That's my choreographer pick
Amazing.
for my musical team. Okay, my dance captain, because there was a lot of good dancing occurring in nature,
Okay.
I needed to also pick a dance captain for this show.
Yes.
My dance captain is going to be the peacock spider. Peacock spiders also attract their mates through the art of dance. They do all kinds of flashy high kicks and leg movements, and they shimmy from side to side.
Oh.
It's not the Cuban Pete spider. That's
Oh.
actually a jumping spider. This is an
Okay.
even more flashy kind of spider. They also have a colorful flap on their abdomens, which they raise up and incorporate into the choreography as well. So I just had to include this guy in the show, so he gets to be the dance captain.
It's so cute. I think spiders move really elegantly and cool anyway. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are the skittery ones, but
Yeah.
but a spider like elegantly spinning a web, like that's fun to watch.
But these spiders do high kicks, which is really impressive. I mean, this is like rocket level high kicks, like up over their heads. Beautiful high kicks, yes.
Yeah.
And like
Cute.
also in choreography. So
Wow.
highly impressed. I watched a video of one of these peacock spiders. Again, I was truly humbled.
So we'll put links to videos of all of these
Yeah,
spiders
at least
in
photos,
the
possible
description
links.
of our social media.
Yeah, we'll have to have some kind of social post to highlight them because it's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Including this Cuban Pete spider that you and I
Yeah.
understand. It was a meme at one
It was
time.
it was a thing, but yeah. So okay,
We'll get
moving
there,
on.
yep.
My set construction will, of course, be done
Ooh.
by the beaver. Obviously, one of nature's best builders in
Okay.
terms of structure and larger scale. But my set design and decor will be done by the bowerbird.
Yes.
You've heard of the bowerbird?
I was hoping we would talk about the bowerbird.
So they decorate their structures or bowers with bright colored and shiny objects that they
Yeah.
find. So they're really all about the decor
Yeah.
and the flash and so obviously my set design, I need the assistance of this bowerbird. They're all about visual arts. So
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. We had to work that in.
Cute.
Okay, this next one is one of my favorites to discuss. My costumer will be the orca, not just any orca, a specific team of orcas. In the late 1980s, the southern resident orcas in the Northeast Pacific Ocean started wearing a dead salmon as a hat. This was a fashion trend among the orcas. This particular group of orcas
What?
created this fashion trend, which they did for quite a while until it went out of style. Dead salmon hats, about 20 years later, came back in. Dead salmon hats back in recently. Everyone's talking about it. Yes, I find it really impressive that these whales started a fashion trend.
And then revived
And then
it
they
20 years
revived
later.
the trend, just like how people fashion comes in and out every 20 years.
Oh my God.
Right? Fashion trend setters, this one particular area of the ocean. These orcas are all doing it. So obviously we needed them on the creative team.
Yeah,
This
for
group of
sure.
orcas, they will be my costume team. I'm assuming we're all going to be wearing dead salmon hats in this production.
Yes. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
How does an orca wear a salmon on their head?
It's truly like just like sitting like on the top of its head.
It's just sat there.
Yeah, just
They just have it there.
yep. They just perch them right up on top there, like a little fascinator.
But they don't have hands
I know, which makes it even more impressive.
or safety pins.
or bobby pins or anything. Yeah,
If you
They
don't
just
have
sit
safety
there.
pins, all you need is determination and a sticky salmon.
yeah.
Wild.
Mhm.
Amazing. Very impressive orcas.
Okay, so I'm going to break a little bit from my production team here,
Okay.
and I do need to have a lead actor in the main role
Of
in this
course.
musical.
Yeah.
So obviously the leading role is going to go to the opossum. Why? Because opossums are so convincing at performing a death scene.
Yeah.
Opossums pretend to die, and not a whole lot of animals do full-on theater.
Yeah.
So yeah, possums as a defense mechanism pretend to die. And so this acting It's very convincing. Someone should really give these guys an Oscar. It's a really good.
For their dramatic
Shakespearean death scene.
Yes.
An opossum is definitely the actor we need.
So we've got a lot of different kinds of performance here. I mean, that one's deception.
Yes.
And we've got mating displays for, a sensual
experience, if you will. Yes.
And we've also got fashion.
We have fashion. And this one is, acting for the sake of self-defense, you could say, in order to not get killed. But
a lot of people go into acting as a defense mechanism.
A lot of us curl up into a ball and just give up when times get tough.
Yes.
So we understand.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, leading role, gotta be the opossum. And I recently learned the difference between an opossum with an O and a possum without an O. And opossum, or as we say, opossum, is that North American animal with the white face. That's
we have opossums here.
But
I was saying that wrong.
usually it said opossum, like a soft UH sound.
Yeah, that's why it's so confusing.
Yeah. So sometimes people drop the sound entirely and just say possum. But what we have in North America, it starts with an O. The possum that doesn't have an O in front of its name is found in Australia. And it's a different kind of animal. It's cute also, but not the one we're talking about. We're talking about the little North American black and white little creatures, little scavengers that pretend to be dead.
We've got one in our neighborhood. He's very cute.
Yeah. There's a couple neighborhood possums that we enjoy. Okay. So now I got to go back to my production team again here.
Okay.
My lighting designer.
Whoa.
My lighting designer is going to be the vampire squid. Why? Because the vampire squid can release a cloud of bioluminescent mucus.
Wow.
Yes, it produces a cloud full of a bunch of little glowing particles.
Cute.
Isn't that neat?
I didn't.
So from its own body,
know that was possible.
we have a cloud of light coming out of the body of this squid. So obviously I had to include him on my team.
Yeah.
Because that alone is a pretty cool feat.
I thought that. I don't know anything about bioluminescence, but I thought that it had to be connected to, their brain system in order to glow.
Yeah, it releases something that glows.
Weird.
Pretty neat.
Very cool.
Pretty neat.
So our theater takeaway from that is to cover your set in luminescent goo.
Yeah.
So that you don't need to light it at all.
You don't even need lighting. Then it's just going to glow, right? Pretty
Smart
neat.
tips.
So anyway, that is my production team of creatures. I hope you enjoyed them.
Very good.
My multi-talented, and they have really wide resumes. Excellent. I mean, my choreographer alone, 10 years of dance team experience.
Lots of practical
as a
experience
choreographer
too.
Yes.
I didn't consider the building, the beavers with their dams.
Of course, you're going to need that. You need some architectural work done when you're putting on a show.
So many birds do building, and so many birds do dances, honestly.
Oh, yes.
I think the most applicable example of these showbiz animals would be the mating display ones, because they are trying to get someone's attention
to impress them,
which
is really, at the end of the day, that's what theater's all about.
Yeah,
it's one big mating display.
Right. Yes. I mean, there's so many conversations that we could have, like, well, technically wrestling is theater, and technically animals are doing theater.
Yeah.
And at some point, you get to the point where you say, well, what is theater and what is not theater? Which is another way of saying all the world's a stage.
Yeah.
Everything is theater. It's a way that we communicate with the world.
Yeah.
It's a way that we make our place and understand ourselves and understand stories.
Yeah.
Stories are cool, and acting them out is cool, and animals understand that too, I guess.
Yeah. And sometimes you just got to do things for the fun of it. Like wearing a little salmon hat for fashion.
Wear a fish on your head.
Starting a little trend. Like,
maybe it'll catch on. All right, Elle. We have a story from a listener. This is something that happened in our own theater community. So we were around for this. We weren't connected with the show.
Yeah, we weren't in any way involved with the show, but we did go to see it to
Yes.
support the people we knew who were in it.
Very much so. And I had completely forgot about it until now. We probably would have talked about it on the show, but here it is, a story from Maggie about an ill-fated, but eventually turned out great, production of Mamma Mia. Maggie says, "The time I co-directed Mamma Mia was epic. It was the longest rehearsed show of my career, with over 2 years between the first rehearsal and opening night.
Oh, yeah.
How could this be? Well, the show was originally scheduled for April 2020, but we had to stop rehearsing in March because of the COVID shutdown. It was 3 weeks before we were even allowed to come into the space and clean up the rehearsal snacks that had been left out in the space.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The
yeah.
set and the props were just abandoned like a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 years later, we had the opportunity to begin rehearsing again for a show, this time in the summer of 2022 at a much larger venue. We had to re-audition some of the parts because some cast members had other plans made and had to decline their roles. And because our stage was so much bigger now, we were moving from a small stage to a big one, we had to rebuild everything we had already built.
Oh, yeah.
But as excited as we were, this new venue was a comedy of errors from the get-go. The theater we were set to perform in was part of a large school district. And somewhere, someone in the administration decided, without asking the theater manager, that it would be a great time to replace the air conditioning units during our rehearsal process.
Right.
Things got delayed for whatever reason, and we rehearsed without AC for weeks in the middle of summer.
Mm-hmm.
It was so blasted hot that summer, and everyone was sweating up a storm. There was not enough Febreze in the world to get us through that ordeal. And even worse, we finally learned that we would not have air conditioning for the performances where we were expecting audiences over 600 people every night.
Oh.
The opening night performance was almost a tragedy because the district had tried to fix the issue by bringing in these large portable air conditioning units, but they had to vent them out the back by the scene shop. And that means the backstage area got even hotter.
Oh.
It actually got so hot that about an hour before opening night, it overheated some kind of breakers for the lighting system, giving us no lights for the show.
That's right. I remember that.
Luckily, there was enough time for the system to cool down before we actually opened, and the show was able to go on without a hitch. The audience was provided with complimentary water bottles, and there were not too many complaints considering the 80-degree weather that weekend.
Yeah.
And the show itself was fantastic. It was.
Mm-hmm.
After more than 2 years of working on it through all the strange twists and turns, we were so relieved when everything finally turned out well in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
real
going to see
saga,
that.
one.
I remember going to see it, and it was hot in the theater, but if you were hot and sitting down in a seat, it wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just tell that those performers had to have been sweating up a storm in those costumes.
Yeah, we were pretty far back because it was really well attended,
Mm-hmm.
and we could see from the back of the house the sweat glistening on their
everyone.
faces.
Yeah.
It was tough, and it made me
Mhm.
think. I mean, people used to perform without AC.
Yeah, all the time.
Before AC was,
Mhm.
common in big theaters, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are some big theaters that still don't have it.
Mhm.
So, blessings to
Yeah.
those of you working in older buildings
That
in
don't
that
have
way.
any AC. Yeah.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just such a time. I was on the board for the community theater group running this, and every week it was another something else going wrong, something else going wrong, and
Yeah.
it was nobody's fault. It was
Yeah.
just all sorts of crazy things going on with this show that had already been completely shut down about a month before they were set to go on.
Yeah, and by that point, you have so much already learned and so
Yes.
much done,
Right.
and so that was obviously really an ordeal for
Heartbreaking.
them. Mm-hmm.
But it all turned out well.
Yeah, and I know that the cast had a whole lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
right.
all turned out okay in the end.
Fantastic.
5 minutes.
Thank you, Five. All right, Trev. Tell me, what kind of animal is going to play the following roles in our Creatures Only production of Cinderella?
Creatures only. Okay.
Creatures Only production of Cinderella. Who's going to play the wicked step parent and
The
the
wicked-
wicked step siblings?
Okay, so we gotta decide which version we're doing. I guess the Rodgers and Hammerstein is probably
Sure.
most.
Yeah, well, you can do the Rodgers and Hammerstein. Yep.
Yeah. right off the bat, I'm feeling an alligator
Oh,
for the
excellent.
wicked stepmother.
Yeah.
Wicked stepmother is an alligator,
Yes.
big wig,
Yeah,
very
big wig on her.
monstrous,
I love
very
it.
snappy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is a great choice. Wicked step siblings?
Siblings need to be like a bumbly little duo.
Mm-hmm.
They're something like I want like hamsters but big, like guinea pigs. Is
Yeah,
there something like even bigger? Like
capybaras are
Yes.
like the big version of the guinea pig.
I'm getting like Tweedledee and Tweedledum vibes.
Okay, excellent.
They're
Capybara
very
stepsisters.
comedic duo.
Are they also in wigs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Everybody's in wigs.
Okay.
Everybody's in wigs and dresses. Little capybaras
Little
like bumbling
capybara-
around in dresses.
Little outfits.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Cool.
Okay, who's gonna play the fairy godparent?
Oh. Yeah. It's our dog. Our dog Hazel, a St. Bernard Newfoundland mix, is
She's
gonna
gonna-
come on. She's gonna fly in.
Oh yeah,
She's gonna go like this,
She's
pedaling
gonna-
her little
paddling her
legs
little feet.
in the air until she
yeah.
touches down, and she's gonna sing the Bippity Boppity Boo song.
I love
which
that.
is the other version of Cinderella, but she's gonna sing Bippity Boppity Boo.
Yes, it's impossible in the Rodgers and Hammerstein,
Yeah,
but yeah.
Bippity Boppity Boo is better.
Yeah, that's very her. Okay, who's playing the romantic lead number 1, Cinderella?
Romantic lead number 1, Cinderella. This is tough. You know, in the Muppet version, you know, maybe Cinderella would be a human, but we've got to do all critters.
Yeah, it's a creatures only production of Cinderella.
Yeah. Gotta do something with some reserved
Some
kind
poise.
of charm. Yeah, some poise. I'm not feeling a bird though, you know?
Yeah, no.
You can't just give this to a bird.
You can't just give the best part in the show to a bird.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do we go so far as to make Cinderella a caterpillar and there's a
She
transformation
turns
scene
into
where
a
she turns
butterfly?
into a butterfly?
I like it. I like that. I like a good metamorphosis.
I like a good metamorphosis too. And they are step siblings.
Yeah.
The caterpillar and the capybaras. That
Yeah,
could,
they're
that
not
could
full
possibly
siblings.
Make sense.
Yeah, okay. So that being said, if
Yeah.
Cinderella is indeed played by a caterpillar, who is playing romantic lead number 2, the prince?
Oh. Well, sorry, I'm picturing the prince running around with a shoe and Cinderella is wearing
So many
like-
little feet.
Cinderella's wearing 11 shoes and one of them goes missing.
That's very cute.
Very, very cute. They're all little red boots. She wears red boots to the ball
Okay, this is very
and
cute.
a beautiful ball gown.
This is shaping up to be a really adorable cast.
Yeah.
So anyway, what kind of creature is he? Is he like a moth? Is he like a beetle?
No.
Like what kind of creature is he?
No, I think he's a. Well, what does he do? What does the prince even do?
Not much other than being
He
the
just
romantic lead.
complains.
He runs around with a shoe.
He runs around. He falls in love at first sight and doesn't do much else.
Mm-hmm.
Just has a crisis of conscience.
Yeah.
Can he be like a sloth, or like a panda, just like sitting around?
Sure. I mean, if the size of these animals clearly means nothing to you in this production, 'cause Cinderella.
What do you have against a what do you have against a panda butterfly marriage?
All right. Well, you've spoken.
I have.
The-
I did speak that. I can't go back on it now.
The prince is being played by a panda. Is Cinderella a very large caterpillar, or is she the size of a regular caterpillar?
Well, she's got to be seen from 30 feet away at least.
So she's going to have to be larger than the standard caterpillar.
Yeah, but she's a big caterpillar. She's not giant.
She's big.
She's just a big caterpillar.
Okay.
You'd see it and say like, "Wow, that's a
That's a
big
big one."
caterpillar," but it's not like super normal.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Who's playing the comic relief, the royal messenger role? What kind of animal is playing that?
Christopher Rupert,
No, he's the one who sings the song
He
about
says Christopher Rupert.
Yeah.
Windermere Vladimir, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. Yep.
What do we have yet? We've got a bug, we've got a mammal, we've got a reptile,
Yeah.
we've got several mammals. So we need a bird. We need a bird for the royal messenger.
Yeah, that tracks.
And,
Birds tweet about, flitting here and there, twittering
flitting
and
around.
twittering and twattering.
Twittering and twattering.
That counts.
a
Yeah.
real titmouse of a bird.
Yeah.
But a big bird. Like I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking like a what is Zazu? A toucan? No, he's a hornbill.
Yeah.
Of course, it's in the lyrics.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just we reused the puppet for Zazu.
Nice.
But it's an actual bird.
Okay.
A big old African hornbill.
Big old bird. All right, sounds good. Lastly, who is getting turned into a white horse and who is getting turned into a carriage?
Oh, you're right. There have to be humans playing carriage mouse.
What creature is going to get turned into the horse that pulls the carriage? And
Human.
A human. Oh, a human is.
Yeah.
Going to be.
The fairy godmother, Hazel, is going to happen upon some humans, like an actual, horse carriage rider.
Okay.
And turn the horse carriage rider into a horse.
Okay. All right.
So that Cinderella, the caterpillar, has something to ride on.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. And then who is getting turned into the carriage? It's not going to be a pumpkin. It's going to be a roll. What animal? What animal is getting turned into the carriage? Yeah.
I'm playing the carriage in Cinderella.
Yeah.
Iconic role, honestly.
Yeah.
It's got to be those microscopic tardigrades.
Okay.
Those little like fat like bear looking things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A tardigrade is turned into the carriage.
That's
for
exciting.
Cinderella.
I love that. All right, That is the game. Nice work. I love this cast. I think it's gonna be real cute. Looking forward to seeing this production.
Very, very cute. It's a zoo. You could do this if you were a zoo. You could put on a production like this with very little effort. You just have to choose animals that aren't going to eat each other.
And you have to choose animals that can memorize the lines and learn the choreography. So you might be a little bit limited, but
well, regardless of their species, you're gonna find some stars in any.
You're gonna, as we've seen earlier, we're gonna find some real performing arts stars occurring in nature.
Absolutely, and the beaver will build the set.
Yeah,
and the squid will squidulate on everything.
Provide some lighting. Yeah,
it'll be great. Wonderful rainforest production.
Mm-hmm.
It's free tickets.
They're probably free.
We can't sell these things. Nobody's going to come to see.
Nobody's going to come to see it. So,
well, that's all the time we have for today on Amazing Technicolor Shitshow. Thank you so much for listening. Go ahead and send us your stories. We want your stories of all kinds. Send to amazingtecnicolorshow@gmail.com and or the form at amazingtecnicolorshow.com.
You can also send us your requests if you have specific things you want us to research for you.
Absolutely.
Anything that could be theater related. We'll take any suggestions.
Or animal related, apparently.
Yeah, well, it was theater animal, so.
Yeah, theatrical animal related. If you like the show, go ahead and leave us a great review, a great rating on all the podcast apps that you've ever heard of. Thank you so much for doing that. For those of you who have, it truly helps us out. Go ahead and follow us on socials where you can find pictures
of
and
these
videos,
creatures,
links to videos of these amazing theatrical creatures out in the wild. If you hated the show, then go ahead and tell your enemies, and we will cast them as the carriage in an all-animal production of Cinderella.
Okay, that's not a bad gig.
Not a bad gig.
I wouldn't say no to that. I wouldn't turn down the role.
Hey, you don't have to memorize any lines.
Yeah. I did once play one of the white horses in a production of Cinderella. So
did you wear a big
I wore
head?
A big horse head, and it was very cute.
I'm sure it was. Piano accompaniment was provided by Paul Thelen, and the stage manager is played by Daniel Schneider. Thank you so much again for listening, and we wish you all the very, very best. And whatever you're up to, be it on stage, off stage, or in your life, or in the wild, break a leg.
Amazing Technicolor Shitshow.